people behind these images are obviously, in my opinion, pedophiles and child groomers. Well, finally, Gabriel Galimberti responded, and I actually believe his response. This is what he wrote on his Instagram account, and there are a few typos. It looks to me that English might not be his first language. Here's what he said. He said, following the hundreds of hate mail and messages that I received as a result of the photos that I took for the Balenciaga campaign, I feel compelled to make this statement. I am not in a position to comment about Balenciaga's choices, but I must stress that I was not entitled in any manner whatsoever to either choose the products, nor the models, nor the combination of the same. As a photographer, I was only and solely requested to light the given scene and take the shots according to my signature style. As usual, for a commercial shoot, the direction of the campaign and the choice of the objects displayed are not in the hands of the photographer. I suspect that any person prone to pedophilia searches on the web and has, unfortunately, too much of an easy access to images completely different than mine, absolutely explicit in their awful content. Accusations like these are addressed against the wrong targets and distract from the real problem and the criminals. Also, I have no connection with the photo where a Supreme Court document appears. That one was taken in another set by other people, and that was falsely associated with my photos. Now, I'm going to tell you that I actually believe this photographer. I believe that he was told to simply take the shot, because I went through his Instagram page, and he goes all around the world, and he has done this for years, and he finds children, and these children look very innocent. They're not dressed in weird clothing or anything, and he asks them to just share the toys they play with. So he does this Toy Story series where children from all over the world show what they play with. And it's something that he finds to be artistic and beautiful, and I was not offended by those photos whatsoever. So I think that they selected him because of his Toy Story series, and they brought him into a much darker scene where this really had nothing to do with toys. The children did not look friendly, and it just was very, very dark. So I actually believe that statement, and he's kind of saying they're blaming me for this shoot, but there were other people involved who staged this entire thing, and I had nothing to do with those documents pertaining to child pornography. So I do think that he bears some responsibility, because if I had walked onto that set and seen those items, I would have walked away. But I do believe that people are venting their frustration on him when there are other people that are involved. Namely, by the way, there is a stylist at Balenciaga who has worked there since 2014. Her name is Lata Volkova. And I am telling you that she is clearly very involved in trying to experiment with children and push the edge and make things pornographic and satanic, because all you have to do is look at her Instagram page to see how real that is, okay? These are actual photos from Lata's Instagram. Here's one image. In this image, there is a child that looks to be about 9 years old that is taped down with duct tape in a chair. She has her ankles restrained by duct tape, and she has on almost goggles over her face. I would describe them as black goggles, so you can't see what she's seeing. And she's linked up, they're VR glasses, and she's linked up to these VR glasses to a computer behind the chair. And it obviously just looks like an abducted child. It is so disturbing and terrifying, and the idea that this is allowed on Instagram when Donald Trump is not makes me sick. The idea that she can pretend that because she's an artist, it's okay to have a photo of a child that looks like she's simply handcuffed. You can't see her eyes. She's bound to a chair by duct tape. This is under a category of art. Absolutely disgusting. In case that's not enough, here's another photo, which she has a child, which she has taken a photo of a child. It looks like an artistic rendering of a child that is split in half at the waist, dead out in the field. Again, the child looks to be about 9 years old, maybe 9, 10, or 11 years old, in that age range, and they're just dead in the field with their guts hanging out. But it's okay, guys, it's art. So I guess we're not supposed to mind. This is okay with Instagram. This display is completely fine because this is artistic expression or something like that, which is probably what Ashcroft versus Freedom of Speech Coalition allowed for, right? It's too broad. This could be an artistic rendering. It's not, it's sick, it's disturbing. Here is another photo that is featured. It is a child, okay, that is holding a dead skull of a human being and raising it towards the sun. It feels like a satanic ritual. There are weird symbols all around it, which I should explore later and see what all these symbols mean. Also, the number 69 inscribed on the side. It's just a child holding a dead skull pointed towards the sky. What does that mean? I don't know. It feels satanic. Here's another image that she has, Lada, on her Instagram. There's an image of her clearly wearing all red, her hair is in red, and her hands have what is likely red paint, but is supposed to look like blood all over them. And then she is holding 2 baby dolls that are also dripped in red, which are supposed to look like blood. So essentially, you are supposed to think from this artistic style are 2 dead babies, obviously. Why else would you be holding 2 baby dolls that are in blood with the blood smeared all over your hand? Again, this is satanic. It feels ritualistic. There is something disturbing about this image, but it is allowed on Instagram because, I don't know, I guess it's art. Another image that she has is of a devil sitting above a pentagram with a person who you can't really see what the age is, that is sitting inside of the pentagram. This goes on all over Lada Volkova's Instagram. It's very obvious that this person is dark and is twisted and is definitely experimenting with Satanism. That's what this is Satanism. She has a fixation with children and death and pushing the edge. Why would Balenciaga hire this individual and keep this individual as a lead stylist? It makes entirely no sense.